time when instead of being led as far as the scientific initiatives are concerned, India is also in a position to lead in certain ways and also offer cues to others.
Sri Jairam Ramesh.
Sir, I'd like to remind the Honourable Minister that it takes over 10 years to commission a nuclear plant. So if nuclear plants are being commissioned now, they had been set up over 10 years ago. So let's not get into that subject. My question to the Honourable Minister is very simple. Over 40 years ago, the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board was established to enforce safety standards in the functioning of nuclear plants. Now, the Honourable External Affairs Minister is here. In one of his previous avatars, he has dealt with this issue. My question to the Honourable Minister, is the government thinking of creating an independent statutory atomic energy regulator, or will you allow the regulator to be part of the nuclear establishment itself, which is somewhat unique to India? So the question is very straight. Will you bring a law in Parliament to set up an atomic energy regulator?
We'll give a very straight answer to that. But before that, just as picking up from your opening remark, that takes 10 years, and that left-handed compliment. Chairman, sir, I need your protection, your indulgence, and your permission to make one observation, precisely reply to the first remark. The honourable member often accuses government of pre-celebrations, but sometimes it appears in his haste to corner the government, he tends to get the facts wrong. And I am carrying with me, because I knew he would ask.
One second.
Somewhere.
I greatly appreciate
Only yesterday,
two of you.
Only yesterday, Chairman, sir.
One second. He asked a supplementary and you have a written note.
No, sir.
I appreciate
Yes, sir.
this.
Only yesterday, he went to the media to say that the minister gives contradictory figures in his replies. I am glad that he has given me occasion to talk. Corner the minister of the Modi government. What he mistook, in spite of all his intellectual pretensions, was that in one of my questions, the amount mentioned related to the construction cost of the plant, nuclear plant. And the other question, it related to the cost for power generation. He had mixed up the two and tried to find fault. So I don't know whether the honourable member has done a very honourable job doing so. But nevertheless, if you are in a compulsive habit of doing this, please try to avoid mischief with me. And now I come to the answer. Yes. And now I come to the answer. I'll now come to the answer. I was responding to his opening remark. I have a right to respond to his opening remark. And now I'll reply the question. Now I'll reply the question, Percy. Why did you make that opening remark then? Why did you have to make that under the cuff remark? So I have responded to his opening remark and I'll now respond to the question, Percy. Chairman, sir, in the Department of Atomic Energy, we follow the rule of safety first, production next. The honourable member himself says it takes 10 years to set up a plant. This government has been in place for nearly 11 years. We have not only set up new plants, we have also made those plants functional which were left unfinished by them, which includes the Kundakalam plant, which belongs to the district where the honourable member who is not here has put the question. It did not become functional. No, it did not become functional. You can ask anybody in Tamil Nadu. It was lying. It was not made functional. Secondly, now as far as the safety, it was not made functional. It's only now. Now, please get your facts right. You may indulge in this mischief with others. Please spare me because I am equally good at doing so. We belong to the same school of learning. Now, coming back, answer. As far as this, as far as the safety is concerned, for the benefit of the rest of the house, because that's an important question as far as the safety, so for the benefit of all. The,
I hope there are not many people from the same school in the house. We can support two of you.
Thank you, sir. No, but this is an important as far as the safety is concerned, because I'm sure the entire house would be eager to learn about this. At the time of the selection of site itself, of course, I'll come to that, whether the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board guidelines are followed. Then every 3 months during the construction, there is an inspection. After the plant becomes functional, then every 6 months. After 5 years, there is a renewal of the license. And it is not limited only to the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, which of course is in place, as the Honourable Member rightly mentioned. We have the international organizations also supervising it. For example, the World Association of Nuclear Operations, which is called WANO, they make periodic reviews. And similarly, for the safety purpose, we have evidence now, which was not done earlier, which is done only now. We have measured, because I think all of us, including the Honourable Member, would learn not to talk without evidence, which he did yesterday. The measure is in microsieverts. We have done a small survey in all the Indian plants. Sir, the critical value of safety of a radiation from any plant is 1,000 microsieverts. But in none of the Indian plants, it crosses even 2 digits. It is in some of the plants, including the Kundakalam, it is 0.081. And now again, my next observation may not be very pleasant for the Honourable. In the last 10 years, the level of radiation has gone down tremendously. For example, in Kundakalam itself, if it was 0.081 microsieverts, today it is 0.002. In case of Kalpakam, it was 23.140 in 2014, when you left the Department of Atomic Energy. Now it is 5.961. So I think progressively there is a decline, evidence-based, in the radiation emitted. Furthermore, the safety part has also been taken off to the extent that we have learned from the experience of others. For example, if you go by the location, our eastern coast is located about 1,300 kilometers away from the tsunami zone, which is in Indonesia, and our western coast, where we have Tarapur and other plants, is located nearly 900 kilometers from the tsunami zone of Pakistan. So I think that part itself is, and then we also follow more parameters, like taking the highest level of the flood in case of a sea level, and then going beyond that, locating the plant above that, and also measuring the high tide levels. So I think there is enough reason to be reassured.
Honorable Minister, you said that he gave you the opportunity which you were thinking of. Actually, give me the credit I deserve. I gave you the opportunity by calling upon the Honorable Member to ask the supplementary. Professor Ram Gopal Yadav.
सर, ये सही है जो माननीय मंत्री जी ने अपने रिटन उत्तर में दिया है कि बहुत सुरक्षा का बहुत ख्याल रखा जाता है जब इसको बनाया जाता है। मेरा सवाल जो है सुरक्षा से संबंधित, लेकिन दूसरी तरह का है। कलपक्कम जो आपका न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर है, फास्ट ब्रीडर रिएक्टर, द ओनली फास्ट ब्रीडर रिएक्टर इन इंडिया, वो बिल्कुल बंगाल की खाड़ी के किनारे ही है। सामने हिंद महासागर है और एक तरफ लाल सागर है। प्रश्न ये है कि बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर कहीं से भी अगर दुश्मन की पनडुब्बी आके कहीं इसको डैमेज करे तो उसको रोकने के लिए आपने क्या व्यवस्था की? हम लोग वहाँ कमेटी गई थी, तब भी देखा था कि उसकी सीमाएं असुरक्षित हैं। दूसरी तरफ आपने पेड़ पौधे लगा दिए, उसमें कुछ सिपाही खड़े रहते हैं, दे कैन नॉट प्रोटेक्ट इट। और अगर और ये हो सकता है चारों तरफ अब आपके आसपास सब जयशंकर जी बैठे हुए नहीं है, मित्र देश नहीं है। क्या मेरा सवाल ये है कि क्या कलपक्कम जैसे इम्पोर्टेंट फास्ट ब्रीडर न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए कोई नेवल वारशिप या अपनी पनडुब्बी उसकी सुरक्षा के लिए लगाएंगे ताकि निगरानी करती रहे?
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
सभापति जी, राम गोपाल यादव जी बड़े हमारे सीनियर और वरिष्ठ सदस्य हैं और उन्होंने बड़ी संवेदनशील विषय उठाया है। जहाँ तक परसी प्रोजेक्ट की या इस प्लांट की सुरक्षा का संबंध है, वो तो मैं स्पष्ट कर चुका कि उसके लिए पर्याप्त व्यवस्था की गई है। और लेकिन जहाँ तक ये विषय है, हालांकि ये मूलतः इस विभाग से संबंधित नहीं है, थोड़ा बहुत विदेश मंत्रालय से है, थोड़ा बहुत रक्षा मंत्रालय से, लेकिन ये सत्य है कि नेवल गार्ड्स और अन्य सुरक्षा संस्थाओं का भी सहयोग लिया जाता है इसकी सुरक्षा व्यवस्था में, और रडार इत्यादि के माध्यम से भी इसके ऊपर विजिल रहता है। जितना संभव हो सके उतना किया गया है, परंतु आपका कहना भी ठीक है कि जिस प्रकार टेक्नोलॉजी दिन प्रतिदिन बढ़ती जा रही है, उसी प्रकार हमें भी उसमें नए प्रावधान और नई व्यवस्थाओं की योजना भी बनानी पड़ती है और उसके लिए सोचना भी पड़ता है। और अभी तक इस प्रकार की कोई घटना हुई नहीं है, लेकिन CISF भी वहाँ पर है और एक्सटर्नल थ्रेट्स के लिए मिसाइल और एरो क्रैश के लिए भी व्यवस्थाएं रखी गई हैं, हाउ टू काउंटर दैट पॉसिबिलिटी। और जहाँ तक सुरक्षा परसी का ताल्लुक है, पिछले दिनों में समाचार पत्रों में आया था कि कुछ एक हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स रुक गए, लेकिन अब चूंकि सारे सदस्यगण यहाँ बैठे हैं, राजस्थान में हमारे कुछ प्रोजेक्ट रुक गए, कहीं और के साथ इससे कैंसर फैलता है इत्यादि, तो हमने उसके लिए भी एक सर्वे किया और आंकड़े हमारे ये दर्शाने लगे कि कैंसर और बर्थ डिफेक्ट्स जो रेडिएशन से अधिकतर संभावना रहती है, उसका प्रेवलेंस भाखड़ा में और इन संस्थाओं में और इन प्लांट्स में काम करने वाले कर्मियों में कम था बनिस्बत औसतन जो राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर था। तो वो भी चिंता मुझे लगता है कि हमें उसमें भी सारे सदस्यों का हमें सहयोग रहे कि बहुत सारे प्लांट्स हमारे इस कारण रुक जाते हैं।
Honorable members, since the honorable member asking the question was not present, I will accommodate 2 more members, so that the number of supplementaries is 5. Shri Sanjay Raut.
सर, थोड़ा एक अलग सवाल मैं मंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ। ये जो न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट है, ये देश के विकास के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है और इसी राष्ट्रहित की भावना से महाराष्ट्र में तारापुर न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट जो है उसके लिए हमारे हजारों किसानों ने अपनी उपजाऊ जमीन, खेत और घर छोड़ दिया। किसानों के साथ साथ वहाँ जो समुद्र किनारे है, वहाँ के मछुआरे हैं, उनका भी व्यवसाय, काम धंधा बंद हो गया। उसने भी अपना एक समझौता कर लिया। लेकिन आज भी उस एरिया के न्यूक्लियर प्लांट से प्रभावित 2000 जो परिवार है, उनका पुनर्वास नहीं हो सका है। 2000 से भी ज़्यादा परिवार है, और जो वादे किए थे उनके बारे में, तो उनको नौकरी मिलेगी, परिवार को उनको घर मिलेंगे, पक्के मकान मिलेंगे, ऐसा एक भी वादा 2000 परिवार के बारे में पूरे नहीं हुआ। प्रधानमंत्री तक शिकायत दी है। डेलीगेशन प्रधानमंत्री जी आपको भी मिला है। मेरा मंत्री जी से सवाल है, क्या ये जो लोग हैं जो अभी भी ठोकरे खा रहे हैं पुनर्वास के लिए, उनकी समस्या के बारे में आप से विचार करेंगे?
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
सभापति महोदय, ये प्रश्न बड़ा मानव संवेदनशीलता से जुड़ा हुआ है, और ये सच है कि सरकार भी इस विषय पर प्लांट स्थापित करने के समय से ही विचार करना प्रारंभ कर देती है, और अब तो हमने इसमें कुछ एक नियमावली भी स्थापित कर दी है। उसमें कुछ RNR प्रोविजन है कि अगर उनको वहाँ से अपनी ज़मीन छोड़नी पड़ेगी या जगह छोड़नी पड़ेगी, लैंड वेकेट करना पड़ेगा, तो उन्हें पुनः कहाँ पर सेटल किया जाए। एक वो, उसके अतिरिक्त CSR जो हमारा रहता है, उसमें से भी इनके लिए व्यवस्थाएं भी की जाती हैं, स्कूल इत्यादि भी खोले जाते हैं। और तीसरा ये कि नौकरियों का जहाँ तक संबंध है, उसमें रियायत भी दी जाती है। उदाहरण के तौर पर यदि किसी पद के लिए 12वीं कक्षा मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन है, तो इन परिवारों के सदस्यों के लिए 10वीं कक्षा कर दी गई, कहीं एज रिलैक्सेशन कर दी गई। लेकिन होता ये है कि साल गुजरने के साथ साथ परिवार बढ़ते जाते हैं और वो क्लेमेंट्स भी बढ़ते जाते हैं, तो उसमें थोड़ा सा निर्धारित करने में प्रशासन को समय लगता है, लेकिन ये क्रम निरंतर जारी है।
डॉक्टर NVN Kanimoji, fifth supplementary.
Sir. Sir, through you, I would like to ask the Minister, how does the proposed away from reactor facility at Kudamkalam nuclear power plant aim to manage spent nuclear fuel, and what are the safety assurances towards it? Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Actually, this question arose earlier also in the context of Kalpakam, and the honorable member has also, I think, earlier also expressed her concern, because there was this dumping of this used fuel happening, and some apprehension arose that this might create some problems. But it is not so. Actually, this is a known practice, and it's not even the waste as such. It's again used. So away from reactor means that for a certain period of time you store it at the same location. Then away from reactor means a few meters away. It's kept there for a few months. Then it is taken away. So this is a normal practice, and the containers are such that there is no room for the radiation to escape out and cause any damage. So I think, and this is an inbuilt mechanism in every plant. Somehow this apprehension arose from Kalpakam a couple of years ago, but it is actually being done. And then through the honorable member, because she also hails from that area, I would also like you to convey to others that at one point in time, there was some news report somewhere in the media last year that this reused fuel from the other plants would also be dumped into Kalpakkam, which is actually unfounded. Each of the plant has its own such mechanism.
Question number 107, Sri Nari Amin.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय जी, क्वेश्चन नंबर 107।
Supplementary number 1, Sri Nari Amin.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय जी, 1,64,000 पोस्ट ऑफिस के जरिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार हर गांव, हर घर, हर व्यक्ति तक सिटीजन सेंट्रिक सेवाओं दे रही है। 2014 से 2024 तक 5,000 से ज़्यादा पोस्ट ऑफिस खुले गए, 1,28,000 लोगों को रोजगारी मिली है, 13,500 से ज़्यादा डाकघरों में आधार सेवा केंद्र बने हैं, 3 करोड़ से ज़्यादा सुकन्या समृद्धि खाते खोले गए, उसमें 1,41,000 करोड़ रुपया डिपॉजिट हुई है। माननीय मंत्री जी से ये बताने की कृपा करेंगे कि सरकार द्वारा पोस्ट डिपार्टमेंट का रेवेन्यू बढ़ाने के लिए पोस्ट डिपार्टमेंट के नेटवर्क के जरिए ई कॉमर्स और अन्य वैल्यूएड सेवाओं का विस्तार करने के लिए क्या कदम उठाए?
माननीय सदस्य,
ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है सर।
सुनिए, आप मंत्री जी से क्या पूछना चाहते हैं? बाकी मंत्री जी को बताने दीजिए। माननीय मंत्री जी, माननीय मंत्री जी। सर मंत्री जी पर आरोप मत लगाओ, नए मंत्री हैं, युवा मंत्री हैं। यस ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
Sir, thank you. Sir, from stamps to savings, postcard to payment banks, letter to livelihoods, post offices have been transformed under the visionary leadership of Sri Narendra Modi ji to be a backbone of financial inclusion for rural communities, especially women. Sir, we provide services from postcard, mail to savings banks, payments bank, and everything that you can imagine in a rural community. More than 80 services, government to citizen, business to citizen services, whether you call it paying the bills, buying the train tickets, or receiving government beneficiary schemes such as Manrega or PM Kisan. So the post office must be looked at the larger construct of what we want to do for rural communities, especially women. Because if you look at it, sir, on an average, the national banks have around 20% of women accounts. Ever since Modi ji envisioned the development of women and the initiation of India, please listen, India's Post Payments Bank, we have opened more than 45% of women accounts. Never in the history. So, one second, I am coming to one by one, please. Let me answer, madam. I respect all of you. Let me answer you. You can ask supplements. I am happy to answer. Sir, under IT modernization, we spent 5,700 700 crores. And 1.4 lakh thermal printers, 3 lakh biometric devices to make every postman a mobile ATM so that they can go to the doorstep of every rural household and deliver banking services. So what can we charge for these kind of, how can we account the amount of money that we spend on these people? So not everything that the government provides should be considered as part of a business. There is a moral, social responsibility that we make our services not only achievable, but affordable for everybody. Thank you.
Second supplementary, Sri Nar Hari Amin.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय जी, सरकार द्वारा देश भर में कितने पोस्ट एक्सपोर्ट केंद्र को स्थापित किया गया और इन केंद्रों से किन किन वस्तुओं का एक्सपोर्ट किया जा रहा है?
Honorable Minister. One second.
Sir,
Honorable Minister is a young minister and
I can also
he's doing
answer
a
without
good
looking
job.
at you.
Kindly
Let me-
lend your ears to him.
So,
Let
sir,
us have some positive approach. And if he reflects to his leader, well, everyone does. It's a matter of pride for him also, for all of us also. Come on, go ahead.
sir, again, the post offices have been there since 1800s.
18, yes.
Correct. No one ever imagined that there should be an export center other than Modi ji. And, and we have envisioned how to help our rural women, especially self-help group people. And we designed one product for one district. So in that context, how to export these an exceptionally well done, innovative rural products to across the world. We designed one DNK for each district. Sir, there are close to 790 districts. However, the program was so successful, we expanded to more than 1,000 DNKs. With that process, we spent so much money, and it is kind of a continuous hand-holding for these rural women so that their lives can be better. And in that process, DNKs, what they have achieved is 2.2 lakh shipments and 54 crores as of today. And the beauty of this, sir, all they need is one-time registration, and it is integrated with the customs of all the countries, and it is API integrated, and it can be done at the local post offices. So this process, because when you look at the rural women, they cannot go to the customs and all those places, and it would be difficult. So that is the beauty of these DNK, sir. Thank you.
Third supplementary, Dr. V. Sivadathan.
Sir, the people of the country expecting very good service, effective service from the postal department. But sad to say, the lack of the employees and the post officers, the service is very pathetic in our nation. Sir, my question, in my district, in Kannur, I have participated in a struggle of postal employees. They raised a slogan against the shutdown of the post offices. So my question is, sir, how many post offices have been shut down by this government since 2019? And how many employees, the number of employees has been reduced by this government since 2019? This is my question. I am expecting a very clear answer from our young minister.
Honorable member, first, the Honorable Minister has enlightened through us, everyone, that post offices are virtually emerging as nerve center for rural people. And I quite appreciate going to a custom house for anyone, particularly a rural woman, is a challenge she will give up. So how high expectation from the minister?
Sir,
Honorable Minister.
Happy to answer, sir. Sir, to give this background, by the time UPA government started from 2004 to 2014, we used to have 1,55,000 post offices. They reduced 700 7,000 post office, 700 post offices, sir, in their 10 years. After we came, since the government envisioned post office is not for a letter, and this is for the complete upliftment, we have increased the post offices about 10,500. From 1,55,000 to 1,65,000, sir. Out of these, 90.1%, that is close to 1,50,000 post offices are located in rural places and far reach places. Out of these 10,000 new post offices, more than 5,000 were created at left-wing extremism, LWV affected areas, sir. And the other approximately around 4,700 to 800 post offices were constructed where people do not have any post office within the 5-kilometer range. So the goal of Government of India is to have a post office minimum a 3-kilometer distance and the worst case 5 kilometers. So with all these 1,65,000 post offices, we connected every village, sir, and there are no post offices that were closed as far as I know. Thank you.
Susri Dola Sen for supplementary.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Through you, I want to know from the Honorable Minister that at the time of modernization of Viksit Bharat, modernization process of Viksit Bharat of the post offices, whether the law of the land, the labor law as per constitution, is being maintained by the ministry or the department. Incidentally, the citizens of our country, that is we the people of India, according to the constitution, has got services or job of post offices through or by passing UPSC examination and then being deprived now with the disinvestment process and the corporatization process. Whether it will be called modernization?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, sir.
Dola Sen is a very experienced member of this House.
Thank you. Thank you for your concern. In 2013 and 14, sir, the total employees we have is around, sir, I use the round number so that it's easy for everybody to understand. 4,50,000, out of which departmental employees were 2 lakhs and GDS were 2,50,000. And today also we maintain the exact same ratio, 4,50,000. So none of the employees have been downsized. And now when it comes to the modernization, sir, before 2014, the way the recruitment of the employees, especially the GDS, Gramin Dak Sevaks, or the transfer, or the compassionate appointment would be at the discretion of whoever is the responsible authority. Ever since we came, we converted everything completely transparent and online. This mechanism, sir, to recruit, it is a merit-based, and to transfer, And I have to tell you, this is my first time being an MP from a local area. A lot of people will come to me and ask me, can you transfer an employee in your postal department? Sir, even me, I cannot transfer even a single employee. What does that mean? It's a completely transparent mechanism. And we do compassionate appointment that is also highly transparent, sir. So the entire modernization process is extremely well done, and rest can be assured. Thank you.
And
See,
no,
when
you, Honorable Minister, you can respond only when the member rises and asks some question. Dola Senti was sitting on a chair, and therefore she will have to seek an appointment and you interact. Last supplementary, Shri P. Wilson.
Sir, from birth to death, no doubt, Postal Department plays a very crucial role in conveying the messages to the citizens once upon a time. Sir, now you have to see how the quality of the Postal Department is affected. Sir, one of the reasons is not filling up of various vacancies in the Postal Department, particularly vacancies meant for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBCs are lying vacant for years together. And by filling up, this could take care of the manpower. Sir, another problem is, sir, there is very often changing of the postal pin code. Sir, today I am residing in a postal pin code of 6,29,000. Suddenly one day they come and say, your postal pin code is changed to 6,30,000. This creates a lot of confusion. Sir, there are other problems like infrastructure challenges, technological issues, high volume of operations, bureaucratic challenges due to their inefficiency, budget constraint, private courier services challenges, and lack of internet in rural areas. Sir, how are you going to face or handle these problems? Then only you can say that there is a modernization in Postal Department. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Mr. P. Wilson is a distinguished lawyer. Many issues he has raised. Honorable Minister.
Sir, you asked multiple questions. Number one, the recruitment of the people is according to any other governmental norms, sir. As I said, it follows regular, routine employment process, sir. So I cannot comment on that. Number two, what you said is online payment. The online payment, the online services, internet, definitely there is a, sir, it used to be no internet before 2014. Then with IT modernization, we created not one, minimum 2 internet connections to every postal office. And number 3, so that there will be some redundancy. As I said earlier, we bought 1.4 lakh mobile phones because more than 95% of all rural areas are 4G connected, sir. All these new phones are compatible with 4G and 5G, and most of these postal services are being implemented at the doorstep through the mobile phones. In addition, we upgraded 22,000 computers and all the hardware. And we are, sir, this technology upgradement is a continuous process. As you know, the desktops gets outdated, the infrastructure gets updated, cloud services will be coming, So this will be a continuous process, sir. If there are any specific one or two areas we are happy to address, please come to our office and tell us, and we have a mechanism to address them, sir. Thank you.
For that, you have to invite.
Of course, sir. Thank you.
Well, I think the sense of the House should be that the Honorable young Minister faced bouncers rather well and then has performed well, I'm sure. We must appreciate his level of preparation. Question number 108, Sri P.P. Sunir. Honorable Minister.
Laid on the table of the House.
Supplementary number 1, Sri P.P. Sunir.
Sir, the amount of exports to Israel since the beginning of the conflict, including equipments that aid in manufacturing weapons.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, the supplementary asked is not directly related to the question because the question focuses on our position on Palestine, our voting in the UN, the aid sent to Palestine, which I will be very happy to share with the House, sir. With regard to our exports to Israel, in particular, any export which is related directly or indirectly to munitions or military sense, that is not an information that is in the public domain.
Supplementary number 2, Sri P.P. Sunil.
The position of the government of India on the International Court of Justice warrant against Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Israel Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and a Hamas leader for war crimes. In accordance with international law and rule-based global order.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, the honorable member would be aware that India is not a member of the International Criminal Court. When the International Criminal Court was constituted, the question of our membership was considered. For very good reasons, after a great deal of deliberation, India decided not to become a member. So, with regard to any decision passed by the ICC, it is not binding on us. So, it is not a matter on which we have taken a formal position.
Third supplementary, Sri Tiruchi Siva.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, it's very hard content to know from the Minister that India extends humanitarian assistance to the people of Palestine both bilaterally and through United Nations Relief and Work Agency. But the resolution has come upon 27th of October 2023 in the UN. That is protection of civilians and upholding legal and humanitarian obligations. Which resolution India has abstained, sir? Sir, both are contradictory. Why India should abstain such a genuine resolution?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, India has given assistance to the people of Palestine at this particular time. I would like, sir, through you to bring to the notice of the House that we make an annual contribution of $5 million to the UNRWA, which is the main assistance providing agency. This amount traditionally used to be $1 million. So during the the time of under the decision taken by this government, it was raised from $1 million to $5 million. In recent times, in terms of the conflict, sir, we have provided 70 metric tons of aid, of which 16.5 was of medicine, metric tons of medicines to Palestinian Authority and to UNRWA in 2024. We have provided 33 metric tons of medicine, which the honorable member referred to. We abstained. In fact, during this period, sir, there have been in the General Assembly a number of resolutions. We have voted in favor of many. We have abstained on some. Generally, when we abstain, the reasons are the resolution is not balanced. The resolution is more divisive. The resolution can set a precedent which has consequences for us. The resolution has larger implications. In this particular case, sir, we felt that the resolution was not well drafted, it was not well considered, we had reservations on the language, our concerns were not accommodated, and that is why we abstained.
And as a matter of fact, I think the entire House knows, India has been virtually first responder when there are issues of earthquake, requirement of medicines, even during COVID. And that soothing input I get from foreign dignitaries calling on me, or I calling on them. So that, I think, goes to the credit of this House and the government. See, because we have been, as a matter of fact, when it comes to when it comes to evacuation, when it comes to security on high seas, when it comes to supplying medicine during COVID, now these are the inputs. I'm not saying. The people have expressed their gratitude to me, and therefore I am sharing with the House. Shri Saket Gokhale, supplementary number 4.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tiruchiji, the Honorable Minister has given, I'm sure you'll appreciate with your experience, very exhaustive answer that being abstention on a resolution is driven by several circumstances. The script of the resolution, the consequence of the resolution, its long-term impact. It is not simply sitter that it expresses what you indicated. That, as a matter of fact, is driven by our civilization. Wherever there is need for humanity, we have been supplying, and sometimes in toughest of situations, diplomatic also. Saket Gokhale.
Sir, thank you very much. Let me express gratitude to the Honorable Minister for the fact that India has always, and previous governments, that India has always been a supporter of a two-state solution in Israel and Palestine, and for the aid that is being sent by the Indian government. Sir, because the question pertains to India's position on Palestine, I have two very specific questions on which I would like to know the government of India's position. Number one, the Honorable Minister just said that we've been providing $5 million of aid to the UNRWA. The UNRWA has now been banned by the Israeli government. So what mechanism, what is our position on UNRWA being banned, and how are we sending aid? And the second point on which I want to know the position is that India has traditionally always, including this government, supported a two-state solution. In the United Nations, we abstained on a resolution against Israeli illegal settlements in the West Bank. What is India's position on the illegal settlements made by Israel in the West Bank and Palestine, sir?
Before the Honorable Minister responds, the little I gathered in diplomacy, if you win a battle by argument, you lose it. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, sir. Sir, regarding our support and contribution to the UNRWA, this is a decision which we took as a government. We continue to stand by that decision. and we have in fact just released the latest tranche of support to the UNRWA. So I hope the member is reassured on that score. Regarding the two-state solution, we support a two-state solution, and we have been public and unambiguous about that. So I think there should be no cause for confusion regarding two-state solution. Regarding, sir, resolutions, both what the honourable member asked and what the previous honourable member also asked, again, sir, it depends. Resolutions have implications, as you noted. Their wording is important. For example, in the resolution which the previous member had referred to, sir, there was no reference to terrorism. There was no reference to hostage taking. So, in our mind, a resolution which does not reflect the entirety of the situation is not a balanced resolution. And a country like India, which is itself a victim of terrorism, if we countenance the fact that terrorism is underplayed and ignored, it is not in our interest that we do so. So when we look at any resolution, we look at the wording, we take a very, very mature view about it. And I want to say, as a matter of principle, we, sir, condemn terrorism, we condemn hostage taking. We do believe countries have a right to respond to these situations, but countries should be mindful of civilian casualties. They must observe humanitarian law, and we would like a ceasefire and an early end to violence. Our position has been very, very clear, but we would like this duly reflected in well-worded resolutions which are balanced.
Question. Last supplementary, Dr. John Britas. Dr. John Britas.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, the Honorable Minister has got extensive experience and expertise. He is hands-on all these issues.
I think no one disputes that.
No one disputes.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would refer to the diplomatic facet of an issue, which I hope that Minister would sincerely respond to. Is it a fact that Palestine Authority's Minister of State on Foreign Affairs met our ambassador, Ms. Renu Yadav, requesting to reconsider arms sales to Israel due to their usage against Palestinian civilians, and also the need for international pressure on Israel to stop their violence on Gaza? If so, what has been the response of the ministry? Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister, and the Honorable Member seeks sincere response.
Sir, so the issue of India's exports, including India's exports of anything which directly or indirectly has any military implications, is guided by our national interest and by our commitments to various regimes. So we are very responsible members of various international regimes, including the Wassenaar arrangement. We have an export control and licensing process, and we take decisions regarding any exports which is based on what we consider to be our national interest. Where Israel is concerned, it is a country with which we have a strong record of cooperation in national security. It is also a country that has stood by us at different moments when our national security was under threat. So when we take any decision, we will bear in mind, obviously, the larger circumstances, but we will definitely be driven by our national interest in this matter.
Question number 109, Sri Raghav Chadda.
Sir, question number 109.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, Sabha पटल पे रखा गया.
Supplementary number 1, Sri Raghav Chadda.
सर, इस सदन के नेता रहे स्वर्गीय अरुण जेटली जी, जिनके साथ मेरा व्यक्तिगत रिश्ता कुछ खट्टा मीठा रहा, वो कहा करते थे कि प्री रिटायरमेंट जजमेंट्स गेट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट जॉब्स. मुझे लगता है इस सदन में बैठे कई सारे साथी इस कथन से सहमति अपनी दर्ज करेंगे. सर, पिछले कई सालों से, एक लंबे समय से एक चलन चलता आ रहा है कि जजों की रिटायरमेंट के बाद उन्हें एग्जीक्यूटिव रोल्स या पॉलिटिकल रोल्स दिए जाते हैं. कुछ लोग हमारे सदन में गवर्नर राज्यसभा सदस्य बनकर आ जाते हैं, कुछ लोग रिटायरमेंट के बाद कई सूबों के गवर्नर लग जाते हैं। इससे कई प्रकार के सवाल जनता के मन में आते हैं। कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट का सवाल आता है, एग्जीक्यूटिव इंटरफेरेंस इन जुडिशियल प्रोसेस का सवाल आता है, इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ जुडिशरी का सवाल आता है। तो मेरा सरकार से ये सवाल है कि कुछ सुझाव जो लगातार कई समितियों के माध्यम से भी सरकार के पास आए, जो मैं अभी बताना चाहता हूं, इस पर सरकार का क्या विचार है। पहला, कि जजों की रिटायरमेंट के बाद एक कूलिंग ऑफ पीरियड होना चाहिए कि करीब करीब 2 साल तक किसी भी जज को रिटायरमेंट के बाद कोई एग्जीक्यूटिव या पॉलिटिकल रोल ना दिया जाए और किसी समिति की चेयरमैनशिप भी ना दी जाए। उस सुझाव पे सरकार का क्या कहना है? मेरा दूसरा सुझाव,
well, to satisfy my very dear friend Jairam Ramesh, in the United States, they brought a serious issue, conflict of interest of advocates. And they wanted to keep lawyers away from Congress and Senate. It was severely debated. Ultimately, it was found that if conflict of interest issue has to dominate, then House will be empty. Because someone will always have conflict of interest. Honorable member, Justice Hidayatullah, honorable members, for your benefit, happens to be the only one in the country who was Chief Justice of India, Vice President of India, and also discharged the functions of President of India without being Vice President or elected President. Something very rare. राघव जी, आप अपना प्रश्न पूछिए।
मैं शुरू से शुरू करूं सर? सर मैं समाप्त कर रहा हूं।
और आपने एक बात कही मुझे अजीब लगी। आपने कहा कि अरुण जेटली से आपके खट्टे मीठे रिश्ते थे, मेरे से भी आपके खट्टे मीठे हैं। ये खट्टे मीठे रिश्तों को अब आप छोड़िए
सर। आप तो
मीठे रखिए
सर, आपसे तो मीठे नहीं सर। मैं सवाल तो खत्म कर लूं। आपसे तो बहुत मीठे रिश्ते हैं सर। परमात्मा कह रहे आपसे हमेशा रिश्ते मीठे रहे, खट्टे ना हो सर। सर, मेरा सवाल जो था वो ये था कि सरकार जो 3 सुझाव लगातार तमाम समितियों के माध्यम से सरकार के विचाराधीन आए हैं, उस पर सरकार का क्या कहना है। पहला, कि जजों की रिटायरमेंट के बाद उन्हें 2 साल का कूलिंग ऑफ पीरियड देना चाहिए, यानी कि रिटायरमेंट के 2 साल तक किसी एग्जीक्यूटिव या पॉलिटिकल रोल में उनकी नियुक्ति नहीं होनी चाहिए। दूसरा सुझाव, उनकी पेंशन को इतना बढ़ा दिया जाए कि आर्थिक निर्भरता किसी भी पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट जॉब की जजेस पे ना हो, ना उनके मन में कुछ इच्छा हो कि हम रिटायरमेंट के बाद सरकार से कोई पोजीशन ले ले। और थर्ड सुझाव सर जो लगातार आता रहा है कि मेरिट बेस्ड अपॉइंटमेंट का एक प्रोसेस होना चाहिए जिसके तहत जजों को रिटायरमेंट के बाद नियुक्त किया जाए, ना कि सरकार की whims और फैंसीज के तहत।
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
चेयरमैन सर, माननीय सदस्य ने जो सवाल पूछा है उसमें इन्होंने पॉलिटिकल एंगल देने का प्रयास किया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट व हाई कोर्ट के जजों की नियुक्ति संविधान के आर्टिकल 124, 217, 224 तथा सुप्रीम कोर्ट के 1993 सेकंड जज केस और 1998 थर्ड जज केस के आधार पर बनाए गए मेमोरेंडम ऑफ प्रोसीजर के अनुसार की जाती है। ये इनको भी पता है। वर्तमान में हाईकोर्ट के जजों की रिटायरमेंट एज 62 इयर्स है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजों की रिटायरमेंट एज 65 है और जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट है उनके रिटायरमेंट की एज 60 है। ये जिनका जिक्र कर रहे हैं कि एक चीफ जस्टिस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई थी, उसमें एक रेजोल्यूशन लिया कि जजेस की रिटायरमेंट की एज बढ़ानी चाहिए। एक ये पार्लियामेंट स्टैंडिंग कमेटी जिनका जिक्र कर रहे हैं 2010 की, उसने भी अपनी 39 रिपोर्ट में कहा कि हाईकोर्ट के जजों की उम्र 62 से 65 करने का एक रिकमेंडेशन जिसका इन्होंने जिक्र किया, लेकिन इन्होंने इसका जिक्र नहीं करके एक दूसरा विषय रखा कूलिंग पीरियड का। मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूं कि वर्तमान में तो जजेस के जो रिटायरमेंट की एज है उसके बढ़ाने का कोई प्रस्ताव सरकार के पास विचाराधीन नहीं है।
आप ये बताइए ये कूलिंग पीरियड क्या है, पहले मेरे समझ में नहीं आया है।
सर, आप तो संविधान के ज्ञाता हैं और देश संविधान से ही चलता है। संविधान में कोई कूलिंग पीरियड का वर्ड है ही नहीं। इन्होंने इजाद किया है मोदी जी की आलोचना करने के लिए और कोई विषय नहीं है। और मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं जजेस के सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट में जब वो रिटायर होते हैं तो ये जो इंस्टीट्यूटरी बॉडीज बनी है ये मोदी जी ने बनाई है क्या? ये ट्रिब्यूनल अगर आप एक्सपर्ट आदमी जो आपके योग्यता तय की हुई है कि हाई कोर्ट का रिटायर्ड जज होना चाहिए या हाई कोर्ट का चीफ जस्टिस होना चाहिए या सुप्रीम कोर्ट का रिटायर्ड जज होना चाहिए, अगर हम भरेंगे ही नहीं इनको तो इनमें काम कैसे होगा सर?
The House